Hello students, this video content is the third part of the chapter Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution of class 9 Social Science History. In this video, we will discuss about the February Revolution in Petrograd and main events which led to the February Revolution. After February, Lenin's April thesis, measures taken by provisional government to suppress Bolshevik influence, the revolution of October 1917 and main events of the October Revolution. The February Revolution in Petrograd, page 35. In the winter of 1917, conditions in the capital Petrograd were grim. The winter was very cold with exceptional frost and heavy snow. The layout of the city of Petrograd emphasized the division among its people. The workers' quarters and factories were located on the right bank of river Neva. Fashionable areas such as the Winter Palace, official buildings, and the palace where the Duma met were located on the left bank. And in February 1917, food shortages were acutely felt in workers' quarters. Now, main events which led to the February Revolution, page 35 and page 36. On 22nd February 1917, there was a lockout in a factory on the right bank of river Neva. The workers of 50 other factories also went on strike. In sympathy, women also led the way to strikes, and this came to be called the International Women's Day. Students, kindly pay attention at this point. I said that next day in many factories women led the way to strikes, means on February 23rd, 1917, and this came to be called the International Women's Day. But as we know that International Women's Day is observed on 8th March, so do not be confused. Okay, actually in many books, not NCERT, you will find that the February Revolution took place in March and October Revolution took place in November. So the reason is very simple. Listen, actually Russia followed the Julian calendar until 1st February 1918. The country then changed to the Gregorian calendar, which is followed everywhere today, including India also. And you know the Gregorian dates are 13 days ahead of the Julian dates. So by our calendar, the February Revolution took place on March and the October Revolution took place on 7 November. And International Women's Day, according to the Julian calendar, the women led the way to strikes on 23rd February 1917, but as we know that Julian calendar is 13 days behind from the Gregorian calendar, so in the Gregorian calendar this date is 8 March. Now I hope always keep in mind when you read about the Russian Revolution. Okay. Workers crossed the river and reached the fashionable quarters and surrounded official buildings. The government imposed curfew. Demonstrators dispersed by the evening. The demonstrators came back on the 24th and 25th of February. Now the government called out the cavalry and police to keep an eye on them. On Sunday, 25th February, the government suspended the Duma, the Parliament of Russia, totally against the wishes of the parliamentarians. In retaliation, demonstrators returned in force to the streets of the left bank on 26 February. They raised slogans demanding bread, wages, fewer working hours and democracy. On the 27th, the police headquarters were ransacked. The government tried to control the situation and called out the cavalry once again. However, the cavalry refused to fire on the demonstrators. At the same time, 3 other regiments mutinied, voting to join the striking workers. And by the evening of 27 February, soldiers and striking workers gathered to form a Soviet or council in the same building in which Duma met. And this was known as Petrograd Soviet in Russian history. The next day, a delegation went to see the Tsar Nicholas II, and on the advice of his military commanders, Tsar decided to give up his powers. And finally, on 2nd March 1917, he abdicated. Soviet and Duma leaders formed a provisional government under the leadership of Kerensky to run the country. They decided that in future Russia would be governed by a constituent assembly elected on the basis of universal adult suffrage. Now we will discuss what changes occurred after the February Revolution in Russia. Army officials, landowners and industrialists gained influence in the provisional government. Restrictions on public meetings and associations were removed. A provisional government was formed under Kerensky. Soviets were set up everywhere. However, despite the wishes of liberals and socialists, no common system of election was followed. In April 1917, the Bolshevik leader Vladimir Lenin returned to Russia from his exile. He announced his 3 demands, which came to be called April Thesis or Lenin's April Thesis. These 3 demands were: number 1, war be brought to a close. Number 2, land should be transferred to the peasants. And number 3, banks should be nationalized. These 3 demands were Lenin's April Thesis. Lenin also wanted the Bolshevik Party to be renamed as Communist Party. Under the leadership of Lenin, influence of Bolsheviks increased very rapidly in Russia. Through the summer, the workers' movement spread. In industrial areas, factory committees were formed and they began questioning the acts of the industrialists. Trade unions grew in numbers. Soldiers' committees were formed in the army. In June, 500 Soviets sent representatives to an all-Russian Congress of Soviets. Now we will discuss what measures were taken by provisional government to suppress Bolshevik influence. As the provisional government saw its power reduce, it decided to take stern measures to check the popularity of the Bolsheviks. Provisional governments did not allow the workers to run factories and began arresting their leaders. Popular demonstrations staged by Bolsheviks in July 1917 were sternly suppressed. Many Bolshevik leaders had to go into hiding or flee with the fear of the provisional government. Meanwhile, in the countryside, peasants and socialist revolutionary leaders pressed for redistribution of land and formed land committees. Encouraged by the socialist revolutionaries, peasants seized land between July and September 1917. Now it is also relevant why the provisional government under Kerensky failed in Russia. Actually, the policy of the provisional governments to carry on with the war created unrest among the masses. Peace, land to the tiller, control of industry by workers and equal status for the non-Russian nationalities were the fourfold demands of the people. But the provisional government failed to meet any of these demands. As a result, it lost the support of the people. Now we will discuss about the revolution of October 1917, that is popularly known as Bolshevik Revolution. The conflict between the provisional government and the Bolsheviks grew. Lenin feared that the provisional government would set up a dictatorship in Russia. So, Lenin planned a revolution to prevent this. And you know that Lenin was the most important leader of this revolution. And all power to the Soviets was the slogan of the party. In September, Lenin began discussions for an uprising against the government. Bolshevik supporters in army, Soviets and factories were brought together. On 16th October 1917, Lenin persuaded Petrograd Soviet and the Bolshevik Party to agree to a socialist seizure of power. A military revolutionary committee was appointed by the Soviet under Leon Trotsky to organize the seizure. Sensing trouble, Prime Minister Kerensky had left the city to summon troops. The uprising began on 24th October. At dawn, military men loyal to the government seized the buildings of two Bolshevik newspapers. Pro-government troops were sent to take over telephone and telegraph offices and protect the Winter Palace. In swift response, the Military Revolutionary Committee ordered its supporters to seize government offices and arrest ministers. Later in the day, the ship Aurora shelled the Winter Palace. Other vessels sailed down the river Neva and took over various military points. By the end of day, the city was under the committee's control and ministers had surrendered. At a meeting of the All-Russian Congress of Soviets in Petrograd, the majority approved the Bolshevik action. Uprisings took place in other cities also. In Moscow, there was heavy fighting, and by December 1917, the Bolsheviks controlled the Moscow-Petrograd area.